You're watching KWQC TV, the news leader, making a difference in the Quad Cities. Live from the KWQC Broadcast Center in downtown Davenport with Morgan Otier and Kyle Keel. This is Quad Cities Live.
Today on QCL, see how history comes alive with muster on the Maquoketa, bringing Civil War reenactments to Jackson County. A sneak peek at this year's Fall in Love with Quilts show in Geneseo. More than 200 quilts, live demonstrations, and plenty of vendors. Plus, with energy costs climbing, solar could be the solution. We'll talk with Eagle Point Solar about how to save thousands before some important upcoming tax credit deadlines. And later, it's more than a walk, it's a movement for mental health. How NAMI Walks 2025 is changing lives right here in our community. Happy Friday and welcome to Quad Cities Live. It is September 5th. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Morgan Otier. As the new school year begins, there's an important way you can make a lasting impact in classrooms across our community. We're talking about junior achievement of the Heartland. Through hands-on programming and financial literacy, JA gives students the skills and confidence to succeed. But to make these experiences possible, they rely on volunteers. Joining us now is Stacy Volliger, Senior Education Manager with JA. Stacy, welcome to the show today.
Thanks so much, Morgan, for having me.
Yes, thank you for being here. So for people that may not be familiar with junior achievement, maybe they don't have kiddos going through the program yet or anything like that, tell us a little bit about what it is and really the role that it plays in our community.
Sure. So JA, or Junior Achievement, really what we do is partner with area schools throughout our counties to provide hands-on engaging lessons that, as you mentioned, teach students about the importance of financial responsibility, how to feel ready to get a job, and helping to inspire that entrepreneurial mindset.
Yeah.
So we're really wanting to set them up for future success,
yes,
which is so important, and give them that confidence and show them all the possibilities that are out there for them one day to achieve their own economic mobility.
Yeah, and I mean, you don't have to get too deep into it, but tell us a little bit about that programming. Before we got started with the show today, we were just discussing how JA in a day and how there are volunteers that will go to classrooms of all grade levels, and they really focus it based on the age of the child or the grade that they're in. It's really digestible depending on how old the student is.
Oh, absolutely. We've got kindergarten through high school curriculum, and as you mentioned, it's all tailored to meet the age that it's being presented to. So in kindergarten, for example, they're learning about themselves as individuals, workers, and citizens. They're learning about the concept of money, earning, saving, spending. Second grade, they're running a little pizza business. They're practicing their decision making, all sorts of
That's sweet.
Fun, important life skills, if you will.
Yes, I think sometimes when we think of financial literacy and we go, you know, especially if you don't know much about JA, you're like, are they really ready for that? But they do this programming is done in such a way that they don't even know that that's what they're learning.
Exactly.
And yeah, you really started me young, which is special. I know I certainly didn't have that when I was, you know, in elementary school. So with school back in session now for a few weeks, some of our Illinois schools, many more weeks than that, you are looking for volunteers for junior achievement. So why are the volunteers so critical to this programming, to this initiative?
Oh yeah, I mean, the volunteers are really the backbone of our success, is what I like to refer to them as. Last year, for example, we impacted over 57,000 students, but it was with the help of over 2,700 volunteers. And you know, they go into that classroom, they bring that real world experience, they share their own personal and professional experiences with the students, inspiring them, getting them motivated, showing them all the possibilities that are out there for them one day.
Okay. What kind of commitment can they expect, time commitment, if they sign up to be a volunteer? Because having been someone that's looked through it before and really been interested in potentially doing something like that, there's lots of different options out there.
There are the one-day options, the J in a day, as you mentioned. There are also multi-day options where you go into that classroom maybe once a week, over 5 weeks, something like that. We look for career speakers, We have volunteers who occasionally we put a call out for to our Inspiration Center for BizTown, JA BizTown, JA Finance Park.
Yeah, that's so great.
It is. That's an awesome experience for students as well. So super easy. We provide all the tools necessary for them to be successful in the classroom, everything from a quick virtual training to a packet of materials or access to our learning platform where they can access digital content as well to share with the students. So,
good.
You know, no experience necessary. I mean, you just want to bring that passion and enthusiasm working with students, and the rest of it we'll take care of for you.
Okay, that was actually going to be my next question. So no prior teaching experience even necessary?
No, none at all is necessary. Like I said, it's everything that you and I have been through or do on a daily basis, and it's just putting that into maybe a little bit more structured format for the students.
Yeah, and I think too, if you are passionate about it, if you're enthusiastic about it, just working with kids in any way, I think that shines through despite any fears you may have of not having that experience of getting up and doing something like this. Yeah, so it sounds like a lot of fun, and for folks who are watching, you want to learn more about volunteer opportunities with JA, just visit jaheartland.org. You can also call their office or connect with them on social media at JA Heartland. Stacy, we appreciate you coming on the show today, and hopefully lots of folks reach out and help you get started off on the right foot.
We hope so too. Yes. Thanks so much.
Yes, thank you. Just ahead on QCL, from dazzling quilt designs to heartfelt donations, we'll show you how the Geneseo Quilt Guild stitches together art and community.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Next week at this time, the Geneseo Community Center will be bursting with color, creativity, and craftsmanship. That's because the Geneseo Quilt Guild is hosting its Fall in Love with Quilts show, a two-day event featuring more than 200 quilts on display. And joining us today is Jeanette Dwyer from the Geneseo Quilt Guild. Jeanette, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, and on behalf of my whole guild.
Yes, well, we appreciate you so much for coming. This is something that so many folks that watch the show are very interested in. So let's start with the Guild. Tell us about your organization, because the Guild has actually been around, what, for more than 30 years now?
35 years. This is our 35th year, and it started with a couple ladies that decided they wanted to get together and have a Guild, and it's grown to 72 members, and it fluctuates a little bit.
72 is quite a few members.
For our little town and surrounding area, it is. So we welcome anyone. Good segue. We welcome anyone. You can be a quilt enthusiast. Just love quilts, just appreciate the quilts, and you're all welcome.
Yeah. So what about the Guild makes it so unique? What kind of sets it apart, I suppose, from other organized groups, quilting groups?
I don't know. Well, we do what we love to do. We all have a passion for quilting. I'm dangerously passionate.
I love it.
But it's just, all you have to do is appreciate quilts. People think they have to be an expert. You don't.
Right.
All you have to do is love quilts and quilting and everything quilt related.
Yeah, I love that. I think that's kind of a theme for today, even when we were talking with JA, right? If you have a passion for it, even if you're not super experienced, that'll shine through, and you'll enjoy yourself either way. So the Fall in Love with Quilts show coming up next weekend. So what can visitors expect this year?
We will have over 250 quilts. We're at the Geneseo Community Center.
Yeah, we've got some photos here on the screen. Yeah.
And we have quilts on the floor, and there's a walking track above the top.
Okay.
That will have the overflow that we can't fit on the floor, and it is really, really dramatic to walk in there.
Yeah, I can only imagine. We are getting a look at some of the quilts right now on the screen, which are so incredibly beautiful, but also so very different.
They are. This is our show and tell. This is when you come to our Quilt Guild. We have a program usually and a show and tell. And this is our part of our Guild members just showing what their craft is.
Okay, so next weekend, that's really cool. So what kind of quilts can we expect to see?
These are all quilts that have not been shown in any show. Okay. So
something new.
Yes, and we will have a raffle quilt, which is this.
Yes, I can't wait to talk to you about this one.
We'll have ballots as you come in the door. The tickets are $1 each. It's $5 to get into the show.
Okay.
And then the tickets are $1 each, or $5 will get you 6 tickets.
Okay.
And we will draw at 3 o'clock on Saturday.
So people are voting with these?
Yes. So you get a ballot when you walk in, and you go around and you pick out, there's different categories.
Oh, fun.
And you pick out your favorite quilt, which I never do that because it's overwhelming.
Yeah, it would be with 250
It is.
Quilts to look at, but also a ton of fun to be able to do that and choose your favorites depending on the category. So let's talk a little bit about the raffle quilt. I'm not going to put my hands all over it because this is very special, and we also don't want it to fall.
Right, correct.
But yeah, give us a little bit of background on this one.
So this was made by 4 of our guild members: Dawn Reddig, Deb Majorkurth, who is a founding member of our guild, Mary Frommelt, and Mary's son Mary Martin, sorry Mary, Adam Frommelt is her son, and he did the quilting for us.
Really?
Yes, yeah.
Wow.
And
it's huge.
It is bigger than usual. I think it's 110 by 110.
Wow.
And there's a label on the back, and that's important. I'm a quilt appraiser, and first thing I do when I'm appraising a quilt is turn the quilt over, and that wants to tell me everything I know about this quilt.
Okay. Okay, that's good to know. And that is going to be happening as well. There will be quilt appraisals at this event.
Correct.
So what is a quilt appraisal?
A quilt appraisal is if you were to bring this quilt in and you want a monetary value attached to it.
I see.
So if this quilt is lost, stolen, or damaged, and you don't have it appraised,
I see. Okay.
it's worth 0.
Okay.
So you get in a full written appraisal, take it to your insurance company, and have them put it on your household insurance.
Okay.
So if something happens to this quilt, you're entitled to that. That's monetary value.
That's so smart to have at this show.
Yes. Oh, yes.
What a great opportunity.
Or any quilt, old quilts, new quilts.
Yeah, especially antique quilts and things of that nature.
All quilts.
Yes.
all of them.
All quilts.
All quilts,
yes. I love it. I love your passion. And you're going to be honoring a quilter.
We are.
At this event. So who are we honoring for 2025?
Every year we have a quilt member that we spotlight, and this year is Joanne Boggs, who has been a member for quite a few years. And so she will have a display of her favorite quilts.
Oh, wonderful.
And she'll be there to talk to, and she's quite a gal.
Oh, I love that.
I really enjoy her.
I love that. I would love to be described as quite a gal. I think that's good. And bed turning. I did want to ask you about that. There's a bed turning. So for people that may not understand what that is, this is pretty typical as well for a quilt show?
That's my favorite part of the quilt show, besides seeing the quilts. And what a bed turning is it's usually an antique quilt, generally, that has a story. And you will have layers and layers of quilts. Well, I think we have 18 to 20. And they're just laid out on a bed, and we have 2 people that hold, and we have a moderator, and we hold the quilts up, and then she tells the story of the quilt.
Oh, I see.
I mean, the show kind of stops because we've had standing room only at the bed turning, which is my favorite.
It's your favorite.
It's my favorite.
Oh, I just love that. Well, before we let you go, and again, you've brought some other beautiful quilts with you here today. Do you have time to tell us a little bit about these and why you chose to bring these?
We have 2 main thrusts for our quilt guild. One is Quilts of Valor. One of our members is Terry Austin. She's the area representative for Quilts of Valor. So we make quilts for veterans. And she has a ceremony. I'm sure people are aware of her, as they should be. She does a fantastic job. Talk about having a passion. And our second thrust is Love Quilts, which I instituted in our guild in 1998. And these are 40 by 60. Generally, and they're lap quilts, and we make them so our ladies and gentlemen in our guild donate their time, materials, and they make these quilts, and I gather them up. And to date, we've made, since 1998, we've made 2,323.
That is impressive.
And our main thrust is to get these to Henry County Royal Kids Camp.
Okay.
And we've given them over 1,600 quilts.
That is wonderful. Beautiful initiatives that you participate in. And Quilts of Valor, my grandpa just got one, 99th birthday. So I should have played the video.
Oh,
I should have played the video. Exactly. Okay, so here's the information on your screen. Friday, September 12th from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. Saturday, September 13th from 9 to 3. Admission is $5. Proceeds fund the Guild's outreach projects that you just heard about. Jeanette, thank you for joining us on the show today. Great job.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Still to come on QCL, watch history come to life at next weekend's muster on the Maquoketa, bringing Civil War reenactments to Jackson County.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
History comes alive in Jackson County, Iowa next weekend as the Historical Society hosts the second annual Muster on the Maquoketa from September 12th through the 14th. The fairgrounds will transform into a Civil War era encampment complete with cavalry, artillery, live demonstrations and exhibits. Joining us today in costume are Dan Holm and Terry Cregan. Dan and Terry, thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for having us.
You look wonderful.
Thank you.
We really appreciate the effort because this does sound like an incredible event. Before we get started in talking about that, Terry, I want to start with you and who you are portraying today.
I'm playing Captain Drips. Andrew W. Drips was the first commander of Company A of the 9th Iowa Infantry Volunteers. Now, that was one of the companies that was raised, the very first company that was raised by Jackson County to participate in the Civil War.
So Jackson County playing a role in quite a role in our history. And who are you portraying today, Dan?
Well, I'm portraying my great-great-grandfather, Daniel Winchester Bishop, who was in the Civil War, and his father was in the Civil War as well. Father and son were in the Civil War together.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, that's wonderful. So let's talk a little bit more about the event. This is going to be the second year for it, correct?
Yes.
So why did you decide to start Muster on the Maquoketa in the first place?
Well, the Jackson County Historical Society had an event that was kind of aging out.
Pioneer days.
It was Pioneer Days, and it was getting to where the only people who were coming were the same people. Our mission in the Jackson County Historical Society is to extend history, not just of Jackson County, but of Iowa, the United States. So this was a perfect opportunity for us to roll back a much broader and a situation that would apply or enjoyed by a lot more people, a broader range of people.
Yeah.
When one of the biggest things we did was to make this possible was our school days. Now we have an immersion day on Friday.
Okay.
Last year we invited every high school, or excuse me, 8th grade middle schooler from the Jackson County. There's 4 schools.
Okay. Oh, look at that on the screen there. There's some photos.
Yeah, and then on top of that, this year we've added homeschoolers from as far away as, believe it or not, one's coming from Minnesota.
That is so wonderful. That's a big deal.
Well, we want them to see these things. 8th graders study Civil War in the spring.
Okay.
Now they've got something tangible
to think
attack
about.
it to. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, that is, you've really thought this out, and that is wonderful to see all those photos of those kids. And Dan, tell us a little bit more about what happens then on Saturday and on Sunday of this event.
Okay, but I want to fill in one thing that wasn't mentioned. Michael Houston is going to be there Friday night in the museum presenting information about Civil War veterans in Iowa and the part that Iowa had in the Civil War. And he has photographs that should be pretty interesting. He's done a very good program.
Especially meaningful to someone like you as well, who just has a lineage that goes back.
Yeah, well, they were from Missouri, but
still,
I don't hold that against him.
No.
So Saturday, gates open at 9 o'clock in the morning, both Saturday and Sunday.
Okay.
And that's when the military group do their drills, their warm-up drills out on the battlefield. Looks very authentic. And then on Saturday at about noon, we have the Dubuque Brass Band will be performing period-appropriate music. And then Abe Lincoln is going to be there to give a little speech.
Wow.
He's well known for giving short speeches, so I don't know how long this one will be. And then the brass band picks up again after him, and they'll play right up to the battle, which begins at 3 o'clock.
Okay.
And then Sunday, Saturday night is the dinner, and there again, Abe Lincoln is going to be speaking at the dinner with another talk while you're having your dinner. And so
this is fun.
Don't forget Dance Under the Stars.
Oh, and then after he's done, and after the dinner is done Saturday night, at 7 o'clock, the Dance Under the Stars outside in the open-air pavilion is where the dance will be held. And we have a dance caller, Gary Alexander from Wisconsin, who has done this many times. And there's a band that's been put together just for this show called New Battle Cry Band. And they're going to be playing period-appropriate dance music. It's going to be a lot of fun.
That is. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Funner than a lot of things.
Now, you've brought some items with you here today. Terry, can you tell us a little bit about these?
Well, this is a scarf that was made. As you see, it says Muster on Maquoketa.
Very well done,
You're going to find events. We have a store, general store if you want to call it. We call a lot of these vendors Instead of vendors, we called them, help me out here, Dan. Vendors.
Sutlers.
Sutlers, thank you very much.
Oh, I
Sutlers
see.
were dry
Yeah.
goods salespeople back in the day. And you're going to find sutlers in the individuals that are actually there from the period people coming, because it's not just military, it's civilians. You're going to see how people lived, how they made cornbread, how they, it's a lot of stuff. One of the other things we have is an opportunity for people to purchase, or excuse me, to buy, a raffle. It's $10 a piece.
Okay.
$20 for 3.
Okay.
We're hoping to get 100 people. We've got about 60 so far, so the odds are still pretty damn good.
Okay.
It's an 1860 Army Colt black powder ball and cap revolver.
Okay.
It's a legitimate weapon. You could go deer hunting with us.
You could.
No, absolutely. Now, you're not going to hit much further than about 20 feet away, but
Okay.
you know.
Okay, good to know.
But it looks nice.
Yeah, it sure does. It looks nice there in that box that you have it in. No, that's really, really very interesting. It sounds like a lot of thought has gone into putting this weekend together. The reenactment itself, I mean, I've never seen that in person. Honestly, the closest I've come to seeing that is seeing the videos that you provided here today. It is so realistic. What kind of response did you get after last year, Terry, from folks that got to see everything?
Well, it was very popular. Matter of fact, right now, to be honest with you, this particular show is the talk of the town in Thursday morning coffee clutch because they wanted to hear more about it. So
half the town's watching you.
I can tell you. So we just upped your numbers.
Oh, good.
It's a good thing.
Thanks, guys. I much appreciated.
But anyway, no, it was really well received. So, well enough that we're going to do it a second and hopefully a third time.
Hopefully a third time. Yeah. Okay, great. Well, we want to put the information on the screen for anybody who's watching. Muster on the Maquoketa. It runs from Friday, September 12th through Sunday, September 14th. A wristband just to get into the reenactment is $5. There are other different events that you can pay for, like the Lincoln dinner and dancing and things like that. You can find all that information, though, online at musteronthemaquoketa.com. Dan and Terry, thank you so much for joining me today and telling us all about this great event.
One thing, children 12 and under are free.
Children 12 and under are free.
So where can you come and bring your grandkids and spend $10?
And can you imagine how much they're going to enjoy this?
Oh, they'll love it.
Yeah.
The kids love it.
Yeah, the full battle, they're going to love that.
They're going to love it. Okay, well, Dan and Terry, Tan and Derry, thank you so much for being here today. Great job.
Well, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes. Still to come in our second half hour, if you're thinking about going solar, big changes are coming to federal tax credits, forcing people to act fast. We'll explain what homeowners need to know. And every step makes a difference. How NAMI Walks 2025 is bringing hope, healing, and community to the Quad Cities. But first, what to expect weather-wise for Friday Night Lights and College Game Day. Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland has your forecast next.
Accurate and reliable. This is your First Alert Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Eric Maitland.
Well, happy Friday, everybody, and it's a pretty cheerful-looking day with sunshine and a few clouds. Mainly, well, I should say more sunny than cloudy, that's for sure. But you've probably noticed if you've been outside today, it has been a little bit blustery at times. We've had gusts up around 30 miles per hour, and that steady wind does continue. However, it will thankfully start tapering off as we go through the evening. Look at that, from 10 miles an hour to 4 miles an hour without gusts by the end of our football games for the evening. But it's still going to be a night when you'll probably throw on the jacket or at least a hoodie. 61 at kickoff as we drop through the 50s by halftime and get to the low 50s by the drive home for tonight's varsity games. And for the big game in the state of Iowa tomorrow, of course, it's the Cyhawk game. Well, look at these temperatures, just about perfect when you think about fall football in Iowa. It will be a mainly sunny sky with a few clouds developing in the afternoon. 62 at kickoff, mid-60s by the end of the game there in Ames. Kickoff at 11 a.m. And as we look at our skies right now, again, we're getting that mix of clouds and sun. There is some rain well off to our north and west. This will all fall apart by the time it gets anywhere close to us. So our clouds will also start to clear off tonight, and that sets the stage for another chilly one. As a matter of fact, by tomorrow morning, our lows are going to hit the mid-40s. and those are the lows we're going to have to get used to at least through Monday morning of next week. So get ready for some chilly starts. There you see the clouds getting out and the clear skies to start our day Saturday, mid-40s for lows, but we get some sunshine to begin with, much like today. We had the sunshine in the morning, and then we get the clouds to pop up in the afternoon through the early evening hours till the sun sets. So that gives us a pretty good start, but it's still going to be rather chilly for the daytime highs, only in the upper 60s tomorrow when we should be in the low 80s. Right now, we've got these winds coming in from the northwest. Yeah, the good old northwest wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour, but we're getting gusts between 25 and 30 miles per hour in some spots. But again, during the evening, those winds will settle down a bit. We're at 67 in the Quad Cities, 63 in Savannah, 68 in Burlington, Galesburg at 68 with 67 in Iowa City. Lows tonight, there you go, low to mid 40s. Woo-hoo, we're going to be chilly. It'll stay that way for the next few nights, and highs tomorrow a little subpar once again, mostly in the 60s. By Sunday, we should get some more 70s on that map, and also by Sunday, after some clouds to start our Saturday night, we will be sunny pretty much from wall to wall to finish off the weekend, so that's good news. Oops, where are we going here? All right, here's again, look at those lows tonight in the 40s, and again for the day tomorrow, right back into the upper 60s, around 70 or so Sunday morning, and then next week, if this chill is a little bit early for you, don't worry, by the middle of next week, we've got some mid-80s, maybe some more rain chances along the way as well. Okay,
you know what? I think that's a good way to kind of head into fall is by mixing it up a little bit. But
yeah.
I have been liking this crisp weather. I have, you know, my fireplace ready to go for tonight.
Yeah, it's some great nights for outdoor fires as well.
It is.
Although I've kind of got a little scared myself. I got a little chilly for the first 5 minutes, and it's time to warm up again. We're
ready for a little brief warm up.
Yeah.
Okay, Eric, thank you. With energy prices climbing, the demand for power continuing to surge, many homeowners and businesses are looking for ways to take control of their energy costs. One option, of course, is solar power. But right now, there are some important deadlines that could impact just how much you save. The federal solar tax credit, part of the One Big Beautiful bill, well, it's set to expire soon for residential solar projects. Back with us today to break it all down is Jim Pullen, President and CEO of Eagle Point Solar. Jim, welcome back. Thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me back.
Yes,
appreciate it.
We appreciate your expertise on a subject like this because you are the one to talk to. So we've heard a lot, right, about the passing of the Big Beautiful bill. So what changes in that bill have impacted the solar industry?
Yeah, the main change is all of the sunset dates for the tax credits have been really shortened up. So as you mentioned earlier, for residential customers, they actually need to have their system installed by December 31st of 2025 in order to qualify for the tax credit. On the commercial side, we've got a little bit longer runway, but we need to have projects started by the middle of next summer. And then we've got a little bit of a runway to get them completed. But prior to the new bill being passed, they were pushed all the way out to 2033.
Oh, no kidding.
So there was a substantial reduction. So what's happening now is everybody is trying to get their projects built before the end of the year. We're telling all of our customers we've got to have an agreement in place by the end of September to make sure we can get your system built before the end of the year.
Okay, that was going to be my next question because you provided us for some information on that. So for somebody planning to switch to solar, and I'm talking specifically residential right now because from what it sounds like, that's the deadline that's coming up.
Correct.
Quickly. So what process, what do they need to be doing right now? Is it even possible to get this going before?
It is. So our process, what my answer to your question is pick up the phone, contact us as soon as you can. We have a process that we go through to make sure that we're sizing the system correctly. We're getting our potential customers all of the information on the system. So as long as you start looking now, yes, we still have a bit of a runway here. Construction schedules for us are filling up rapidly as they are for just about everybody in our industry.
And they always are for you. You know what I mean? And it's something that you know, it does take a lot of organization on your part and to try and keep like timelines going, and that's without this expiration happening
Correct.
sooner than we thought.
Yeah.
So to clarify, so how does this change in tax incentives really affect somebody that is looking to go solar?
So on the residential side and the commercial side, there is a 30% federal tax credit.
Okay.
At the
That's
end,
sizable.
That is sizable. At the end of 2025, if you install a residential system after that, that 30% tax credit is gone. On the commercial side, that 30% tax credit will exist up through about July of next year, as long as we have projects started by then.
Okay.
So the reality is the cost of solar is going to go up. If you're thinking about, you know, solar, if you've really ever thought about it, at the risk of sounding very pushy here, we don't have a lot of time to waste if you want to take advantage of that tax credit.
Yeah, that's huge. So you provided us with some numbers just to kind of make it easier for people to understand. So the 30% federal solar tax credit on a $25,000 residential solar array would be $7,500.
Correct.
So that is a substantial amount of money.
That is true. It's not the way that we would like to have this sunset happen, but it is, and the reality is 30% of the cost of a solar project, even at the residential level, is a substantial amount of money.
It absolutely is, and so it makes sense why you would want to be, you know, getting that information out to prospective, you know, people that are, you know, wanting to switch to solar, just so that they have all the information and don't miss out on that.
Yep.
You also mentioned something about tariffs also potentially affecting costs in the future.
Yeah.
So that is another element too to be thinking about.
Yeah, so tariffs are obviously in the news regarding just about all of the products that we buy today. Solar is no different. You know, we have products that are made outside of the U.S. We have products that are made inside the U.S. But as the tariffs settle out at the federal level, we don't know all the specifics for each specific country, but there certainly is the risk that future tariffs might further drive up the cost of solar. So again, more of the, hey, we know what the rules are now, we know what the tariffs are now, we can give you a firm price, and really now's the time to do it. We're just really telling everybody it's likely the cost of solar is going to rise over time.
Okay.
And we're in an industry where everybody is used to the cost of solar dramatically falling year over year, and I think those years are behind us at this point in time.
Okay, so before we let you go, just one more question about just the future outlook on the costs of energy for viewers that may be watching us right now.
Yeah, so driven by, we all hear news stories about AI, about data centers being built.
Yep.
Data centers are very energy intensive. They use a lot of energy. So if you look at the experts in the utility market, what they are saying is they're going to have to build new generation plants, new gas plants, new solar plants. When they do that and they invest money, that has to get paid for by the ratepayers. So we're anticipating and kind of bracing for a pretty substantial increase in inflation specific to electricity.
Okay.
Which is another reason to move quickly on solar, because obviously you'll be reducing the amount of utility energy you buy as well.
Yeah,
so
ultimately, yeah, that upfront cost, it's really offset.
It is.
With your future costs.
Very much.
Well, a lot to chew on there, a lot to think about. Of course, we appreciate you coming and just breaking it all down for us as kind of really an expert in this. If you're watching right now and you're interested in lowering your energy costs long-term, schedule an estimate by visiting Eagle Point Solar on the web and completing their free solar analysis form. They'll reach out to you after that. You can also learn more about the process and financing options by visiting eaglepointsolar.com. Jim, as always, it's a pleasure to have you in the studio. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yes. Coming up, live music, family fun, and a powerful mission. See how you can be part of the Quad City's largest mental health awareness event. Details next on NAMI Walks 2025.
You're watching Quad Cities Live.
Every step counts when it comes to breaking the stigma surrounding mental illness. And on Saturday, October 4th, the Quad Cities community will gather for NAMI Walks 2025, the region's largest mental health advocacy and awareness event. Joining us today are Lori Leipold with NAMI Greater Mississippi Valley and Malik Khalid, whose family is serving as the presenting sponsor for the third year in a row. Lori and Malik, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, we appreciate it so much. I just love talking about this event with you every year, Lori. So let's start with the organization itself, though. Tell us more about NAMI, Greater Mississippi Valley, and just the different resources that it provides to many of our communities here in the QCA.
Yes, what NAMI Greater Mississippi Valley does is provide free, nationally developed education and support group programs for people who are living with mental health conditions, but also, and just as importantly, their family members and friends.
Yep.
So every year in the United States, 1 in 5 people are diagnosed with a mental health condition. So chances are you know someone, you have a friend, a family member who is living with mental health conditions and who can benefit from NAMI's programs. And we offer them in an 8-county region surrounding the Quad Cities.
Yeah, so quite a few counties on Iowa and Illinois side that you offer resources to. And you were talking about 1 in 5. The statistics can be a little bit startling because while many people are diagnosed, not many people are receiving treatment.
This is true. About less than half of the people who are diagnosed with a mental health condition actually seek treatment.
Okay.
So programs like NAMI's are really important for families to navigate the mental health environment and also just get support from people who are going through similar situations that they are.
Yeah. Malik, why is this so important to yourself and to your family?
NAMI is, we got introduced to NAMI after our son passed away. And we initiated this initially for his memory. And over time, really start to realize mental health needs a community. People feel alone, people feel left out. And NAMI is a source which provides that community, the education, the knowledge, the surroundings, the classrooms, or whatever you need. And that is how we got engaged with NAMI.
Yeah, well, I'm sorry to hear about your son.
Thank you.
It is incredible to hear you talk about it, though, because I think one of the big issues, and I think it's something that we say all the time, Lori, whenever you're on the show, is the stigma. It's the fact that you say left out, feel alone. When you make it a community event like this, it becomes less so. Do you feel that way?
Yeah. Mental health does not leave a scar. It does not show a damage outside. It's also a place where people feel like, because it's not something people can easily see, it's hard to feel that support and environment around it. I think this walk is a way for us to gather and just be supporting of something and openly talk about it.
Yeah, I think so too. So speaking of, there it is, NAMI Walks. Lori, tell us what's going on this year. October 4th, it's at the Bend Expo again, outdoors, just like we're seeing here. So what can participants expect on that day?
Just lots of fun and warmth, live music, inspiring speeches from the stage, sponsor information, community, as Malik said. It's just a great family event. People bring their kids in strollers, they bring their dogs on leashes and walk with them, and it's really a great opportunity for people to come together and celebrate the mental health recovery journey.
Yeah, it does. It looks like a lot of people there just joining together, having a good time, and you really do a nice job of the poignancy of what this event is about and not leaving that behind and pretending like it's not, you know, a serious thing and the reason why we're doing all of this, but you balance it so well with fun. And I think that really gets the community involved. Your involvement now, your family's involvement, 3 years is a long time to show your support. What do you hope folks who are maybe watching today take away from seeing your family's commitment to this event every year?
I hope they just come out. That's the main hope we have. because the more people are there, more we are all engaged. And as this engagement grows, the knowledge becomes bigger, and then acceptance becomes normal. Because NAMI is not the mental health is not an individual thing. It's a community thing. It takes a village.
It takes it like it does with so many other illnesses. It just takes less explaining, you know, for some reason. So NAMI Walks 2025, as we mentioned, is set for Saturday, October 4th at the Bend Expo Amphitheater and Park in East Moline. Pre-walk activities start at 8 a.m. The walk itself starts at 9:30. If you want to register, just visit namiwalks.org/Greater Mississippi Valley. Once again, this is a fundraising event, so people who donate, or if you want to raise money, if you raise more than $100 or more, you'll receive a t-shirt for your participation. Lori and Malik, thank you so much for sharing your story and for coming on the show today.
Thank you for having us.
We appreciate you
and having the conversation.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you. We want everybody to stay close because we're going to do our wins of the week after the break, including some fun and exciting time away from the Weather Center for one chief meteorologist. That's next. Monday on Quad Cities Live, Rescue Rocks at the Tangled Wood in Bettendorf. Silent auctions, live music, adoptable dogs. We'll get details on this fun event benefiting King's Harvest Pet Rescue, plus an organization working to help military families dealing with tragedy. Learn more about Anonymously Grateful. That's Monday at 3 on QCL. All right, it is time now for our Friday segment, our wins of the week, and we've got Eric joining us today as usual.
It's been a while, actually.
It has been a little while since we've gotten an Eric win. So what do you got for us?
Well, it's been a while because I've taken a lot of Fridays off.
There's your win.
Well, yeah. Last week I took off the whole week, and through the week we just did some different activities. We saw the train station at the Amanas. We went to a brewery in the Amanas. Breweries and golf, you know.
I love it.
Yeah, this is a golf course I've never been to. It's called Fillmore. It's up in Cascade. It's run by Dubuque County. Just a beautiful little 9-hole course. Yeah. And we also decided let's check out some newer breweries in Cedar Rapids. This is field day, and we had a field day there. Man, oh man, they do a wide variety of beers. I mean, the pictures. That's Muscatine Municipal Golf Course.
Gosh, you were all over.
One of our favorites. This time we
That's beautiful.
We just went without our friends because we didn't want to show them our crappy scores. But it was just such a beautiful week and so picturesque. You know, just to get out and enjoy the area.
Yeah.
This little Fillmore 9-hole is right on the edge of the cornfields there, and it was just kind of surreal because it was such a cool day. It was almost like fall and golfing in England. But again, this field day, you know, if you like Czech lagers and kind of lighter beers, and they have the powerful stuff too, they have this thing called Mliko, I think. And if you think of those fine bubbles on top of a Guinness, they do their Czech lagers that way. They come out in this $3 glass. It's all bubbles, but and it's the smoothest way to drink beer I think I've ever had. And because the bubbles are so fine, they don't, you know, expand in your stomach and give you a big burp.
Interesting.
This is way too much information.
We need to do more of your brewery segments on the show.
Field day in North Liberty, actually. Wonderful place.
Yeah, good spot. Okay, so my win of the week is actually technically not taking place until this Sunday, but I won't be at work. It will be my 15-year anniversary at KWQC.
Holy smokes.
Yeah, so I put together a little thing, like, you know, I started out being the morning reporter, reporting in the evenings. So I tried to put together a little thing with my camera out in the snow. And that was on the morning show. I got to report live when it was the Mallards, locker room. That's the day I got to become the morning anchor. And I ended up on that show for 8 years.
Wow.
Yeah, a very, very long time.
Packed
so
a lot
lots
into
of
that
hairstyles,
yes,
lots of weird style choices, and lots of laughs with folks like Kevin Phelps that I've spent many years with as well.
And we've got to share your growth along the way.
Yeah, it's been a wonderful ride. So 15 years. Yeah.
So happy to have you.
Thank you. And thank you so much for watching. Your local news at 4 is next.